All right, and good afternoon, and welcome to our live trading session, the London session. It's October 10, and we're gonna get right in started. Just hit 1 o'clock here, so about an hour until the open of London. So we're gonna get our charting done on the DAX and US 30 and NAS. And then we'll get ready to start seeing if we can pick up any trades. But before we do that, let's quickly go over and check the news. So for today, yeah, we don't really have any news coming that I anticipate is going to really affect the markets whatsoever this afternoon. Uh, Maybe a little something going on for the day here with Swiss, but not too not too concerned. So it looks like we should be pretty good to going on. So we will close that because honestly, nothing for us to worry about today. This is some software would never purchase it because I think it's like 1,200 bucks or something. But I won a what was it? College basket March Madness pool, kind of where you kind of guess who the winners are going to be. I won it, and I won the software. So it's a web-based thing. Kind of it aggregates all of the information that affects some of the indices. So for, like I can show you. So it kind of just gives us direction based off of the score, based off of commitment in traders, retail sentiment, seasonality, trend readings, GDP growth, inflation, blah 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 blah. So I mean, we could look at US 30, which right now. As we see, the retail is probably 50-50 on whether it's going up or down, but still largely short on the more um, big players. So the institutional traders still shorting very heavily. So be interested to see where it goes, especially as I see over the last few days, we've been seeing price kind of retrace after quite the fall. So we're gonna see where we go today, but right now some interesting day. We're still -6, which according to this shows that we're anticipating US 30 to still continue to be quite bearish. But let's continue to see since we did get a big push on Friday with the jobs report, and we continue to see it push, which is honestly a bit interesting to me. So we'll continue to see how that goes, especially after news tomorrow. Again, the market might not do much today with the news coming tomorrow, so we'll just have to wait and see. But enough of that. Let's get to the charts. Let's start with DAX, and then we'll do US 30 and NAS as well. So we marked these charts out yesterday, but just for the sake of learning, I know there's some people who've been asking me, how do we trade? How do you trade? How can we mark out? I'm going to show you how I do it, and we'll mark out the charts and go from there. So let's start at the daily. So again, I always go to the daily, and we're gonna just start drawing in some lines where price could go to. So yesterday hasn't much changed. That's where we had this line yesterday. So this is going to make purple because we're going to make this as our high of day, and this is going to be our low of day. And now if price continues to push up, this would be our first target, kind of the what am I doing here? There we go. Target kind of the high of last week. And if it continues pushes up, looking to the left, we have these wicks, we have all these wicks, a lot of wicks, but we have this wick, which would give us a bit of a target. And then finally, we have this one, which kind of we have the which we had at the open of a couple weeks ago, and then it kind of lines up with the open here, the open here. So again, that's where I'm going to put that one there. No huge science to it, right? It's feel. None of these, there's no right or wrong way to mark up your chart. Everyone's going to do it slightly different. But again, this is kind of this gap. We had this gap down here last week, so this would be another target. And then looking to the left, probably next target's there. Now, if it leaves this big gap, which this is a pretty big gap here on the daily, like we could aim for halfway in it, but we'll look at that on the hourly. We're just doing this again. These are main areas on the daily chart of where price could go to. So that's probably enough for today. Like we're not going to see price for the London session move farther than that. So we put in our those lines on the daily. Now let's go to the 1 hour. What we have. So yesterday we were trading around here. Definitely came down, back down again, but then really rallied off this. So again, If price makes it back down to here, we're going to want to watch that because we have a lot of wicks here, a lot of rejection off that area. And the same goes for up here. A lot of wicks. Price rejected this area quite a few times. So we're going to draw a red box up there. And now this is a big area. So let's look how we can break it down more. Again, wicks over here, wicks, 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 wicks. So this whole area to me uh, could be kind of a support area. Um, we see it was resistance here, then became, well, kind of just broke through it, but then became resistance, support, resistance a little bit, broke through, and so let's see what happens here over the next few hours as we trade. We'll probably be trading just for the next couple hours, and we'll go from there. So let's now go down. We've got those lines in. Well, let's put in some intermediate light because these are some really big hourly candles. Always like I like to, if I have a big candle like this, I'm just going to put a red line just halfway to it. That's a nice little target if we're aiming for something. And again, we have another big candle here. Put that at about 50% of that candle. And we'll go there. Could you use fibs? Sure, you could use fibs. Do I use fibs? No. Eh, it is what it is. So there we go. Now let's go down to the 5. All right. So we did see, remember yesterday we were talking about trying to come up and fill that gap. Did not fill yesterday like we thought it would, but this morning it's been building throughout the morning and kind of filled this whole big candle that we were talking about yesterday. So we were right. It just took a while to get there. I was watching the charts this morning, really overbought. Here, if we look at our RSI, it's like 85. Um, Now it's kind of coming back down a little bit, but again, there's a lot of room to fill here, so be interested to see um, what price does, especially like we're gonna draw a line right here because this is where price came down to. So if we break this, come back up and retest it, which it kind of looks like it's doing right now, we could consider getting in on a short and trying to just fill this wick here, right? Um, we could be looking at something like something down at least to the 200. But again, we're not going to know. Um, it's kind of a counter trade, right? Because we've had it been going up, but it has hit this area almost. But is it going to bounce and go back up? I don't know. So let's keep an eye on this. Um, and in fact, I'm going to wait because honestly, there's a skip. We don't really have anywhere to draw anything else, right? Like we can't. There's no. In order to go long, we're going to need to see it break the high of day. And honestly, then we're trading directly into this. So it's that one's a bit iffy. We do have quite a bit going up, but let's see what happens. Is it going to pull enough? We're just gonna sit here and watch this one for a few minutes. Uh, let's switch this back over to the okay. So we've got our 5 pulled up. We've got our one here. Now we're not in any trade at the moment here because we're just watching, seeing what is going on, and let's see what happens here. Again, we're gonna wait for our candle to close, and then we can go from there. So, see, candle closes in about 30 seconds. So let's wait and see. Let's see what we get here. Again, we want to check our spreads because my spreads right now on DAX are like 3.5. Like I've got some big spreads. So even though I'd like to possibly take this trade, depending on what happens here, we've got to see. Again, we marked this red line out as well, remember? So this red line, let's see if it bounces up or if we kind of get a rejection down off of this here. So let's wait and see. Again, for me to get in, we're going to need to see this come up higher. Give it a shot. So let's wait and see. Wait and see. The only reason I'm looking at this because I do like this big candle coming down. And if we could get a little higher and see a little bit pivot, we could possibly hop on a short here. So we'll move on to other ones, but this is already looking like it could. We've had a nice breakdown. We could continue a sell off here. So let's just wait a minute before we go to any other further trades. So nothing happened yet. Came down, it got equal bottoms, never hasn't made a new low or anything. Hasn't really come up and tested this enough. I'd like to see it come up a bit farther first and then see a bit of a rejection. So we're just going to continue watching, being patient, letting price dictate what we do. We don't try to predict. We try to kind of just let it show what it's going to do, and then we try to grab a piece of it on its way down. We're not fortune tellers here. So let's see here. Again, not doing much. Building a little bit. So coming up, I'd like to see it come up, test half of this candle. Again, half of this candle on the come up, test half of the candle, and then break down, and then we can possible if it shows us that it's reversing, then try to get it for a move. But right now, I want to see it come up and actually retest this area. It may not. It could continue breaking down, and if it does, we're gonna just let it go, right? Like I need to see a bit more of a pullback first, um, and then I also want to then wait and see a bit of rejection so that we can try to see what's going on here. Because right now it's just been sitting here for the last what 3 4 minutes. So it was like a big move. Now just sitting here. Um, let's see what it does. It may need to come back up here, pick up some more bids, and then fall off. So let's wait and see. We do have a lot of room to go here, which I really like. I just want to see a bit more of a pullback here. And I don't like that it's right on this red line, I'll admit. I've drawn this line, which was half of the daily candle, if I remember correctly, or half of the area between these yellow ones. So there's a reason why these lines are drawn, and you'll be amazed how often price respects them. Um, but let's wait and see. We're going to be coming up to 1 minute left before we uh, have our new 15-minute candle in the market. So it'll be interested to see on the 15 over here. Is the 15 going to close above this line? Or is it going to close below, come up, retest, and then we can catch it on a breakdown? Again, I don't trade on the 15, but I do use it kind of just to give me a little bit of a view. If you're beginning, I wouldn't recommend you watching both because you can confuse yourself. But since I know what I'm looking for. That 15 is just there for me to keep an eye on and kind of just keep an eye on the overall bigger picture. For me, it's a bit more clear. But yeah, let's see what we get here. All right, so we got to close down. Is it gonna come up red? I mean, come up green, or is it gonna continue? Okay, so it's coming up green. Is it gonna reject this and break down, create a new lower low? If so, maybe we get on it right here. Stop loss kind of right above the green box there. So that would be a possibility. But let's see. Still hasn't made a new low. So we have equal bottoms there. Gonna need to see a new low. before I do anything before I would consider getting in because right now prices come down, bounce directly up, gone back up. Let's wait and see. Let's be patient. All right, there's our break. We're in. Are we getting a little late? Possibly. But stop loss up here. And we're going to see if we can ride it down to the low of the day. So let's see what we get here. Nice breakdown. Got in a little late. Again, as soon as it broke, we should have been in right here. But let's wait and see what we get here. And we've got Levi on the call. Yeah. Well, let me see if I can get live streaming because I'm currently live streaming. We can add you. So let me, let me add you on our live stream here. Let's see. Share Zoom. No, not that Zoom. Where's the other Zoom? Oh, maybe I gotta open up the video. There we go. Unless you don't want a video. There we go. Oh, why is it doing that? Why am I seeing myself? Looking at myself, not you. Which has been interesting. Uh, anyways, let's see what we're doing. There we go. I can hear you. Yep, I'm trying to live stream you. Do you have video? Let's see here. Loud and clear, good buddy. Very cool. Let me turn
Zoom
up
is
your
such
volume.
Zoom is such a problem
Yeah,
for
there we go.
me all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
All right.
All right. Looks like we're live streaming. Looks like I've got you on loud and clear. So should be good. We got in a
Nice.
little late to this party, so let's see what happens here on this trade.
Yeah, looks like
I actually should have entered it, just didn't retest enough, and then I got in, but it's a bit late. So let's wait and see. Not much else to trade right now here on the DAX. Uh,
yeah.
but
So
yeah.
what are you in? Because I can't see your
Oh yeah, I was
thing
just
here.
in. I was in on DAX short. I can share my screen with you,
Oh,
I think. But I entered in too late.
Dax just
Honest.
dropped. Dax just
Yeah,
dropped its thing.
I entered in too late though. So
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna go over and oh I yeah. So let's see here. US 30. It's fun
But
for it's
these go up. Then these go up and are recorded, so that works.
yeah, they go up recorded. It gives people, if anyone wants to see how we trade, gives a
So what do
bit
we?
of an experience.
How's the Dow looking? We just we're breaking downwards.
We're breaking downwards, like honestly, like I on the five, like I'd like to see it come up and like if it could come up and just retest. Um, so it got this line. It kind of just did break down. It's kind of retesting right now. So if it break,
590.
yeah, 590. If it can come up, not it doesn't even need to come up to 590. But if it
Close.
even right now, like I'd like to just see it reject this area right here, and then I'd possibly be in on a short. I got knocked out of the
Hmm.
DAX. I decided I'd entered in too late. It just went to break even, and it came back and hit my break even. So I was
Okay.
uh I was a bit premature on that. Well, not premature. I was too late. So I shouldn't have. I should have dived in and got in when I wanted to, and the spread just was. It was bad. So
Yeah, yeah.
let's see what we've got on US 30. But yesterday wasn't too bad. First time alive. I went up. I was up point 0.3 on the day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What have you been up to?
Um, nothing much. Nothing much. Just got back from the gym.
Nice.
Got back from the gym.
All right. So I'd like to see Dow come up a little higher, but if not, like yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can come up to 590 maybe, and then reject off of that. It's got a long rate of fall. Like it's been boosting. So if it starts
Got a
falling,
ways
yeah,
potentially to go.
yeah.
See if it see if we can get moving again.
I'm just waiting a little bit, but I actually like this rejection wick here right at this level.
I like it too. I just took it. We'll see where it goes.
Okay. Okay, I'm just waiting. I was kind of just waiting for that 1 minute. Still waiting.
Kind of hovering around a little bit. This is looking good for me. So we'll
Oh,
see
it looks good. It looks
if
good
it
too. I mean,
ends
yeah,
up
I
going
mean, it
my
looks
way.
good too. It just tested the low of day and bounced, so I just kind of I would like to see it. Just want to see a
Mm-hmm.
little momentum coming back down.
Agreed. Agreed.
So my finger's on the trigger here, but just waiting.
Being patient.
Stop loss above the wicks on the other five. So is it up like, your stop
Yeah,
loss up at like 596 or something?
my stop loss is actually is yeah is a yeah 628.
Oh, 620. Oh, you're playing with a big stop loss. You were trading on the
Yeah,
15?
I
You on the 15?
no, I was doing it on the one. Um, I was just you know
Yeah.
I was giving it a little bit more room,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, playing it
Yeah, I gotta
pretty
play.
loosey
I'm
goosey.
trading pretty conservatively right now. I've got the challenge here that I'm already up point 0.4. I'm up 4.5% now, and I'd rather not take a trade here and then and try to pass here. So I have to admit I'm being a little gun shy right now, just trying to keep my psychology good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's it's interesting, when you get to that get up.
I think it's harder to trade when I'm up 4% than it is when I'm down 2%.
Potentially. There it goes.
And I'm in.
See where that.
That's what I need to see. Yep. Now I'm in. My stop loss is a bit tighter than yours. So
Yeah. Well,
mine is just above that. Mine is at literally like 596.
yeah. I might have. I should have waited for it to break down, and then put the stop loss right above it. But we'll see.
Maybe, maybe. But let's see. We've got a new 15-minute candle coming in here in about 45 seconds.
Yep.
I would love to see. I had a couple bangers last week that just ran. I would love to see this just break down and fall for like there's so
Well,
much room.
that's the thing. There's potentially a lot of room to go. I had my take profit down near the
Like
um,
what, 400?
yeah. I mean, well, my first one I had it like 560
Yeah.
at the kind of essentially at the bottom of those big candles down
Yeah, yeah. Now, what we'd like to
down.
see here is we'd like to see this continue down, at least make a new lower low, right? Like it doesn't have to keep falling. I mean, price every time price makes a new low, it's gonna have to retrace. So like retracing is gonna be part of the game, but we would like to see this continue with this momentum, push down, make a new
Yep.
lower low. Otherwise, we can start building a base here, and it's gonna, it could go back up on us like
Right.
it did yesterday. So we got a nice little 1.8 R or something trade yesterday, and then it just pivoted and flew. Like I have no idea why it went up all day, but like check these candles, like check these out. Like I was trading. We were trading down at like 33,200, and it just got on a rocket ship and decided to take off.
Same. I was up on a trade as well on the NAS, and
Oh, nice.
but it hit a previous resistance, kind of bounced right back, hit my break even. So we'll
Yeah,
see whether
yeah.
it manages to manages to get past this kind of local resistance at 600.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if it does, you're right. I mean, if it makes it past the 600, we're in really good shape. So we'll see.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, if we can just break this daily low here, which looks like we're trying at like the 200, even the 200 EMA, like we just fill that wick to the left on the 15 minute, like we could just be looking for like down to five, down to 530 would be a beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful trade.
agreed. Agreed.
But yeah, would love to see it. I mean, I'd love to see this. This needs to break down a little bit. Just make a little new lower low. I just don't want to see it like consolidate because it was a bit, it was a rather decent green candle coming up. Again, only came up about halfway of the candle, which is good. Both those candles closed halfway of the big red candle to the left, so that looks nice. Um, so half of the green red candle we would expect price to come up. Did tested up to kind of near the 9, broke back down, and that's when I entered in as soon as it started breaking back down. So now let's see if it's gonna just consolidate here, or if we can get a bit of a push down. Because right now we entered in on that nice candle and then it's done squat.
Right. It had a good pullback for me. I like seeing those pullbacks when you do have momentum kind of slow, kind of the half
Yeah,
moon shape.
yeah,
Not that it's any magic, but just the slow momentum when it pulls back, comes back fast, and then you see it slow down, slow down,
yeah,
slow down, and then it gives you that big red candle downwards.
yeah,
But we'll see
yeah,
whether we're just going to consolidate here and shoot back up.
yeah, yeah. We did
Weird,
break down
especially
under
on the.
this. We did break down under this little pull, but this is kind of a pullback here. So again, let's see. But we're again under this hourly line as well. We broke underneath it, which coincides with this line as well. So we've got a few reasons why we're in on the trade. So we'll just continue to monitor it. Again, on the 15, would not be shocked to see the price come back up, retest this level, and then perhaps we break back down. So I don't trade on the 15, but I do look at it because I would expect it, expect not going to surprise me if price pulls back on the 15 to here first. So
Agreed.
let's wait and see. And again, we have to remember that every trade is a random outcome for every trade. It's just your edge that gets you where you're going. Now, admittedly, this edge here is looking. Ah,
Looking bad for right now.
yeah, but we'll see. Is it going to stop here at the 9? We're going to reject off the 9, come back down. Like yesterday, we had a lot of wicks on German 30. We had DAX hit a lot of wicks and then did break down. So let's continue to watch or see is this thing going to pivot up because it may just pivot up. If so, we'll get knocked out and look for a new opportunity. Perhaps long when it goes above this level right here. So that would be where I would be looking to go long if it comes back up here and retests kind of this line that kind of kicks all these wicks, and there's a lot of wicks up there. So again, we'll continue to just watch that. While we're
We'll see
waiting,
whether the local resistance at 616 kind of holds it.
yeah, problem is my stop loss isn't at 616.
Where's your stop loss?
600.
Oh, 600. Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. But anyways, while we're waiting, I'm gonna go back over, take a look at DAX. Let's see what we got going on the DAX here. Yeah, DAX retracing. Again, we could be looking at our first. I actually got knocked out at break even on this trade because I entered it too late. Just a little bit of FOMO there. Hit almost 1R, and then just decided to go to break even because we kind of were trying to catch a knife. So if we could see this pull back up to this green box here, maybe 15,240, then we could be possibly, if it rejects here, then be looking for a nice short with a further move down. Uh, I'm going to see, let's see here, if we're going to get knocked out of our Dow trade or not. And I'm out.
And I'm out.
Indeed. Did you get
That was
knocked out or you
interesting.
just stopped out?
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Got stopped out.
Are you looking at different numbers?
Don't know.
Because I got you and I got knocked out at the same place, so we must have had our stop loss at the same place.
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
Yeah, it was a weird little tick up to the upside.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
that was a big move, big candle.
yeah, didn't really seem to come off of anything in particular.
Yeah, no, no, it came back, retested nicely, got in. Like that was our criteria, and that just goes to show you're not always going to win all of them. Now it could come down, retest, and then start going, going bullish. So we'll just have to
Yeah,
wait and see. And now we're getting close to the open, so it's like, if you saw another one, would you want to get in? I don't know, but admittedly, I really am liking the rejection on. I'm really liking the rejection of DAX. Gonna wait for a
yeah.
candle
I
close here, but it
I
came
don't.
back up.
I,
It's touching my green box. I'm just watching it.
mm, I don't hate how NAS is starting to shape up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The question now is, do I get in on DAX, which I like this kind of breakdown back down, or do I wait for the market open? Um,
Hmm.
Tempted to kind of just wait for the market open, although I'm really liking this.
Yeah.
It gets come up, retested. We put a here stop loss here, target there. Not gonna enter yet, but what do you think of DAX?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good. I mean,
I'm hesitant to get in now. We're close enough to market open that I
yeah.
don't know if I want to get in.
Because the problem is, I think it would take a little bit to formulate. Because right now
Yeah,
we came up real strong,
yeah.
and now we're probably not going to come down crazy. We're probably going to hang around there for a little while before it
Till we
makes
hit
any
market open at least.
anything.
Yeah, yeah. I
Right.
think you're right.
Same thing for like, same thing for the NAS. Um,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we just need to sit it out. Just throw some hits here. Yeah.
got barely stopped out on the
On
US
which one?
30.
Uh,
On the
did it
US
reverse?
30.
Is it gone back down?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Let's go look at that. Oh yeah, yeah, indeed.
The
And we're
old
probably going to see a big
story
breakdown now.
of probably age old story.
As I said, I like how it looks. German 30 looks. I just don't know if we're too close to market open.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends whether you think that's gonna break your way in the next 15 minutes, which I don't know if I have that.
is indeed breaking down.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think we're too close. I think we just need to be patient, see what happens. I don't no point trying to take another loss 10 minutes before market open. Like that's just not doesn't make sense.
agreed. Agreed.
Draw a couple more lines on here. That keeps moving around. There we go.
Hey, mind sharing your screen with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Can you see it?
I gotcha.
Cool.
I gotcha. Yeah, I do feel like we're gonna go where we thought. Just timing to market
Yeah,
open
I
is
just
a
don't want
problem.
market open. I don't want market open to come up way up here. Like honestly, if I see market open, like what I would love to see market open come shoot a huge, go bullish up here and then drop a wick and I'm picking it up as soon as it hits this line again.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, because market open just does all sorts of unpredictable things. I mean, the market's unpredictable anyway.
yeah.
Anytime market's open, it can change things in ways that just are
Yep.
impossible to predict.
Yep.
10 minutes before market open, you play me a 10-minute chess game.
I'm in.
Chess.com on the browser. Here we go.
Send me a
I will. I'm playing. I'll send you an invite. New game.
how do I log in
All right, I just sent you an invite.
here? I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Alrighty.
Hell yeah. Actually, let me redo it because you have 667. I should make it even.
No, are you kidding me? Let me play. Don't offend me so.
Okay.
My word.
Well, they give you options to just like
Yeah, obviously.
you
You
know.
think I need that? He's like,
Yes,
well, according
I
to your
do.
rating, yes.
I do think you. Uh,
Let's see how long I can last.
let's see. Okay, interesting, interesting.